On that, team coverage in Mesa tonight.
And your side's Keaton Thomas is standing by with the crowd reaction and protesters. But first, we begin with Craig Smith with a wrap-up of today's event. Craig.
Well, Donald Trump did seem to have a good time playing to his public here at a private hangar at the Mesa Gateway Airport. Pretty big crowd. It was a fairly large hangar. The crowd filled it up about halfway, but that's still a very substantial crowd. Maybe 3,100 to 5,000 is the range of the estimate range that we heard in this case. He didn't really follow sort of a linear speech. He hopped among a variety of topics, and let's go ahead and hear from him.
They're saying, are you going to run as an independent? I said, you know, I just got a poll where I'm at 41 and other guys are at 2 and 3 and 7. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Oh, I think I'll leave now and I'll run as an independent. But they never show the crowd size. You know that, right? I always talk about it. I go home, my wife said, did you have many people? Because they just don't show the crowd. They show my face. They never show the crowd. I built a great company. I built a tremendous company. Very little debt, tremendous cash flow, the best assets. And the only reason I say it, I'm not saying it because it sounds terrible in a certain way. I don't want to brag. But that's the thinking we need in this country. We have $19 trillion in debt. Hillary Clinton is a disaster. She's going to be beaten. She's a disaster. Don't forget, her and Obama helped get us into this mess with the migration. Her with, let's go into Libya, let's go here. She doesn't know what the hell she's doing. She wakes up in the morning. I will not say that she puts on her pantsuit because that's what she does. I'm not going to say it. I'm not saying it.
Now, Trump repeated his promise to have a large, much taller fence on the border between the United States and Mexico, and he promised to force the Mexican government to pay for that. On another topic, he spoke about the Time Magazine Person of the Year award, which Time recently gave to Angela Merkel, the Chancellor of Germany. Mr. Trump suggested that he should have been Time's Person of the Year, but he also went on to say that Time Magazine as a publication is one that's going down the tubes. Reporting live in Mesa, Craig Smith, KGUN-9 on your side.
Craig, thank you. Continuing Trump coverage. 9 on your side's Keaton Thomas joins us live outside with the reactions from supporters and others who are not that fond of the frontrunner. Keaton?
Yeah, well, we're actually at the hangar where all of this took place earlier today at Phoenix-Mesa Gateway Airport. And I can tell when we got here earlier this morning, lots of supporters wrapped way far down there long before this rally even started. I actually talked to the person who was front in line. He said he got here at 3 in the morning this morning. Now, as for reaction, though, I spoke to a number of people actually as they walked out of the rally afterwards. And firm supporters say that they really enjoyed the energy that Trump had. Others say that hearing him in person and what he was saying in person actually confirmed their support for him. I also asked one woman about some of his more recent remarks on either women or some of the racial minorities that he's talked about. She said she doesn't necessarily agree with everything he says, but still that she would vote for him if he was on that presidential ballot. Now, there was a small crowd of protesters out here as well. Very small, though, maybe about 20 at most. Much of their complaints had to do with Trump's most recent idea of banning Muslims from immigrating to the United States, and also some of those past comments on Mexicans. Now, most interesting to me, though, was a few people who weren't necessarily supporters, but actually trying to learn more about the candidate, and they actually left his rally early.
He started off the rally, you know, talking about himself, talking about last night's debate, talking about Jeb Bush and all the stabs he took at him last night, and it didn't really talk about what he was going to do as president. So it kind of just, I felt like it was a waste of my time at this point.
Now, to be fair, that was only after the first 15 minutes or so of the rally. He did end up getting into some more of those policy and specific points. We're live in Mesa. I'm Keaton Thomas, KGUN-9 on your side.